All right, everybody, welcome back to the #1 television program in the history of the entire universe. I am Brian Lee Durfee, author of The Forgetting Moon, The Blackest Heart, and The Lonesome Crown, all three books published by Simon & Schuster's Saga Press. Today I'm going to be reviewing Tana French, The Witch Elm. This is a standalone mystery novel by Tana French, one of my favorite authors of mystery novels. I've got her entire Dublin Squad murder mystery series right here. And then I've got her new mystery series that she started down here, starting with The Hunter and The Searcher. Actually, I think it starts with The Searcher, then The Hunter is book number 2. Actually, yeah, either way, they're both in the same series. I have reviewed a handful of these novels, so if you want to watch those reviews, at some point, all you need to do is type in my last name, Durfee, into your YouTube search bar, and then Tana French's name, and those video reviews will magically appear upon your television screen. But let's talk about The Witch Elm right now. Like I said, she's got these 2 other murder mystery series going. This is like a standalone novel. It's not like a standalone, it is a standalone. So far, this one stands alone. She hasn't written a sequel to it. I don't know if she's planning to. Don't know what's going on. Let's talk about the cover first, because you know I love graphic design and cover illustration. This one's okay. I mean, there's a vague kind of silhouette, ghostly thing of a elm tree trunk or something right there. It wraps around. Got a picture of the author on the inside jacket. There's no real maps or anything going on, but it does take place in Ireland, as do most of her stories. Well, all of them do so far. Came out in 2018, so that's the aesthetics of the book. Now let's talk about the book itself. Like I said, one of my favorite writers of mystery. In fact, I think a couple of her books have finished on my 2019 top 10 novels of the year video, and maybe my 2024 top 10 novels of the year videos. She often finishes in my top 10 lists of things. Alas, this one wasn't necessarily for me. A writer that usually is 100% spot on, effortless mystery novel writing. This one was, again, I mean, I'm telling you, the writing is still impeccable. I didn't find the story that great. Although I did finish it, so we'll get a positive review. Anything that I do finish ends up on the channel with a semi-positive review. Toby considers himself a lucky guy. He's got everything going for him. He's got a girlfriend, got a good job, he's altruistic. He's lucky and happy in life, and he's just overall lucky. And we start out the book with this guy, Toby, until one night he makes the small decision to not go visit his girlfriend. Instead, he goes home. On the way home, he's robbed, he's beaten, ends up with a lengthy stay in the hospital. I've been in the hospital. I spent 4.5 months in a hospital, and it is a lengthy stay. It sucks. I hated everything about it. So I could relate to Toby on that front. Just, but here's the thing is, sometimes those small decisions in life, whether to turn left or right, whether to go visit your girlfriend or not, whether to go to the movie or not, just sometimes these small decisions have life-altering impact, just depending on random fate and chance. And this is what this guy's struggling with. Gosh, everything was going so well, and now it's not. And that's about the first 100 pages of the story. Dull, yeah. I mean, I'm expecting a mystery right from the get-go. I'm expecting the tension to be ramped up. I'm expecting Tana French's, I'm expecting something that I'm not getting. And maybe that's a me problem. Maybe I'm not affording this author to branch out and do something just slightly different. It's not wildly different. It's slightly different because it does turn into a mystery at some point in the book. Now, this guy's struggling with his injuries, and and the fact that he might not ever be normal and healthy again. He takes refuge, though, at his family's ancestral home, which is called Ivy House. And it's, it's one of those, English manor type. Well, it's not quite as big. It's not like Downton Abbey or anything, but it's a home it's a European ancestral home. And so he goes there and he begins to take care of his aging uncle. Oh my God, the thriller. It's a thriller novel. My God, isn't it? I mean, this guy is down on his luck. He's moping around and he goes to a old English manor house or whatever to take care of his aging uncle. Please sign me up. It sounds like we're gonna be on a thrill ride. It's got a huge cast of characters. I mean, his girlfriend, the neighbors, aunts and uncles, cousins, brothers, sisters, parents. A deep well of characters to pull from. I was reading this, I was like thinking to myself, I feel like, after Harry Potter, I read all the Harry Potter books, and then J.K. Rowling came out with A Casual Vacancy, and I started reading that one, and I was like, okay, this is giving me the same vibe and experience. It's actually a similar book to A Casual Vacancy, I think, for most of it. But there is a mystery. There's a mystery. The Witch Elm. Eventually, a skull is found in the trunk of an old elm tree on the property, in the garden. And that's when the detectives kind of show up, and the detectives are closing in, and things start to ratchet up in tension a little bit. What is the family's secret past? That's kind of where this book ends up. It's more of a slow burn, a subtle burn, whereas some of these books, that's one of the things that I'm conflicted about, is because even this new mystery series that she's written here about the Chicago policeman that goes to Ireland to retire, those are slow burns too, but it's almost like the mystery is introduced right at the beginning, and so you're kind of invested. This one, the mystery doesn't come along for quite some time. And it's more of like what are the family secrets type of thing. Whereas now the Dublin Murder Squad are police procedurals through and through, like Michael Connelly's Harry Bosch or something like that, just with an Irish twist. This was neither of those, but yet it was kind of those, and that's why I'm kind of conflicted, because yes, it was a mystery novel, but was it the cracking, fast-paced, super engaging read that I've been used to? No. I blame myself, though, just for, like I said, not giving the author a chance to do something slightly different, just like when I was reading Casual Vacancy by J.K. Rowling, I was just kind of like, I don't really care. But I did give this one a full read through out of respect for the author, and it did get more interesting as it went, as the family drama ramped up and the mystery behind this skull that was found in the trunk of the elm tree, as that ramped up, it did become better. It just started so slow that I think that first impressions go a long way. Luckily, my first impressions of Tana French were all these other books, which I've read before, which were amazing. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 books that are 10s. I'm going to give this one probably a 6 out of 10. I did finish it. Any book that I finish is a book that I was somewhat interested in is going to get a 5, at least. This one pulled itself out of the 5 range with the ending. And like I said, my DNFs, I usually just don't even mention them on the channel. And if I do mention them on the channel, which is rare, they get lower than 5. But anyway, that's kind of the rating system we got. Most of the novels that I actually read on the channel, if get 9s and 10s, because most of everything is awesome. This one, the author awesome, all these other books awesome. This one just was this one was like it's aight. For me, it's just like aight.